Once again, hello and welcome back to Open. Happy Women's History Month, mi gente. And we continue celebrating Women's History Month, but this time we've decided to look towards the future with Girls on the Run New York City. Girls on the Run, or GOTR, is a nonprofit dedicated to uplifting young girls through exercise. They offer after-school empowerment programs from 3rd to 8th grade, girls using a fun research-based curriculum that creatively combines movement with confidence-building lessons and community impact projects. And here to share more, please welcome Girls on the Run Executive Director Joy Goldsmith and Program Director Rosa Maruffo. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to share with our viewers the history of Girls on the Run, when it started, and also the impact that it's had thus far.
Great, thanks. Well, we're here, happy to talk about it. So actually, Girls on the Run started in 1996 in North Carolina, just a small group of people wanting to inspire girls to run. And since then, it has grown into over 1,000 programs across the United States and Canada. We here in New York City started in 2006, and we really are focused on inspiring girls to be joyful, healthy, and confident. And yeah, we do it through amazing programs that we partner with schools to run.
And so, how many, how many girls do you train, and how do you accommodate, like how many per group, age bracket, like how does that work?
Okay. Rosa, you want to talk about the specifics?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We're just kicking off our spring season. It started Monday of this week, which is great. And we will have 3rd through 5th grade.
Right.
And those teams can be between 8 and 15 or 16 to 20 if they have 3 coaches present. So that's generally the size. And for our middle school, it's very similar, 8 to 15. The season is 10 weeks with 20 lessons, 75 to 90 minutes twice a week. So in total, they're getting a fall or a spring season when they do the program.
Okay, so how does that work? Do you partner up with schools? And then 16 to 20, that sounds like college to me. I mean, it's high school, college. It's a combination of the two. So how does that work?
So we partner with schools as well as community centers and other places where girls are. And so that's the number of girls that we're serving in each site. So the way it works is...
it's not the age.
Yes.
Right.
Right,
Okay,
right.
sorry,
Yeah.
I
No,
misunderstood.
it's
All right, got it.
So we partner with schools throughout the city, and then we work with them to either bring on coaches from their site, or we bring on community coaches that we train. We give them our curriculum, and then at the site twice a week, they're running this amazing, really fun, interactive curriculum.
All right, so Heart and Soul, right? That's one of your programs. That's a nice title, by the way.
I know, it's fun.
Right? It's Heart and Soul, as
Like
in
the
the soul.
shape.
Yes, that's right. You got it.
Well.
You got it.
Now, so what I guess differentiates you from any other after-school programs?
That's a great question. So one of the things that differentiates us from other sports programming is that we're really a youth development program, a positive youth development program that uses sports to that end. So when it comes to sports, we're non-competitive. We're not about you being the fastest girl. We're about you finding joy and health through running and through physical movement. But most what we're really trying to do is help girls be confident, understand themselves better, learn how to relate better, learn how to give back to their community. But we incorporate running because health and movement is also so important.
So how frequently do you meet? And how do you, I guess, figure out the sections, right? I mean, I don't know if that's the proper language, right? Because you have different groups, right? Different age, different grades anyway. You list them as grades, and I thought these were ages. That's why I confused the two, right? But I'm going to assume they all train separately.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so they'll train at their site, site meaning their school or a park or a community center. We also partner with NYC community centers, houseless residencies, those type of spaces. And they meet twice a week for 75 to 90 minutes. In total, they'll complete 20 lessons. And what I really appreciate about our program is we're really really one of the only ones in the nation where we have an evidence-based curriculum. And what I mean by that, we have it research backed by social workers, educators, psychologists, and they are being able to build those critical life skills while having an appreciation for movement and fitness. Oftentimes, especially at the Heart and Soul middle school program level, if you're on a track team, you're there to be a track star and to compete. But that might not be the space that you need to enter sports and an appreciation for your body and for yourself. And so our program, I think, is a good entry point to make connections. How do I make friends? How do I show love for myself, each other, and our community?
Yeah, I mean, I can attest to that because
Yeah.
I'm a New York
As we
City
learn.
marathon completer, right?
Woo-hoo.
I did the TCS New York City Marathon. I mean, it was back in 2014. However,
It's still a marathon.
I know, it lasts forever. It lasts forever.
it was one of my greatest accomplishments,
sure.
second to giving birth to my daughter. Because I worked with Team for Kids, and it also demonstrated how important it is to have that camaraderie when you're in the run. Because I ended up running with somebody I never trained with just because they were part of Team for Kids, and we basically helped each other get there together. And for me, in running, right, and I'm assuming this is what you're teaching them, if you want to know who you are,
Right.
if you want to reflect on who you are, if you want to build on who you are, and you want to break through on anything, right,
Yeah.
that you're considering in life.
And what
Run.
I appreciate about it too,
Run.
yeah, but this is
But
coming as
pacing,
an
run.
adult, right? Yeah, as an adult. And I think one thing also that sets us apart is we have a national new coach training model where they learn about the developmental needs in these age bands between grades 3 and 5 and 6 through 8. And oftentimes at our coach trainings, they always say, oh, I'm going to use this strategy at work, or I wish I had this program when I was a kid. Because what we mean by life skills is we mean like, how do we emotionally regulate?
Right.
How do we make, help us understand who we are at an age appropriate level, or body autonomy? Like, we're not using that language, obviously, but it's the idea of taking deep breaths.
Right.
Progression. I can set a goal and work towards completing a marathon, or
Positive self-talk, too.
positive
Right.
self-talk.
Yeah.
Lots of positive self-talk.
We're all about positive self-talk.
It's important right now.
Yeah.
I
No,
can't
it
stress
really
it. I mean,
is.
Especially
I
for
talk about
kids
it all the
today.
time. Oh my gosh.
There's so much negativity coming at
Oh
them
my
from
gosh.
so many places that sometimes you have to teach a girl how to combat them
Right.
from the inside, you
Right.
know? So that's something we
So
do.
what are some of the tools that you use to encourage them to recognize that it may come up,
Yeah.
but how do you transform it?
Yeah, so some of the scenario playing that happens at the heart and soul level, there's this lesson called press pause, where it's about not being reactive in the moment, processing that I'm feeling a deep feeling, recognize what that emotion makes us feel, have that body response, and then decide what you're going to do. And they have different relationship scenarios that they create, and they also have ones in the curriculum. Whatever happened in the cafeteria probably comes up in the lesson, or whatever happened over the weekend, or on the phones. The phones
Yeah.
are
The phones are a big
the
issue.
phones are a lot.
The phones are a big
Yeah.
issue. The phones
Yeah.
are a big issue.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because what they are not realizing is that when you're on your phone, you're detaching yourself from the immediate environment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if it's a quick reference, you just separated yourself from what's going on in the present moment,
Yep.
right? So I know we can get into the philosophical aspect of all of this because I think our next generation needs to hear this. They need to know it, but they need to really want it themselves,
Right.
right? So what are some of your success stories, and do you have the next generation also encouraging the upcoming generation so that it just keeps passing forward because they listen to themselves. They listen to
Right,
their
peers.
their kind. Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the great things is that when Girls on the Run, when you're a kid in Girls on the Run, and then you eventually become a coach, for instance, or us, we just hired a new staff member who did the program in New York City when she was a kid.
Right.
And so she was excited to give back and be a part of this from another angle. So yeah, it's really exciting when we can see where the girls go in that way and they sort of come back to us.
And so before we go, is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to share with our viewers in understanding that it's a welcoming place and what that process is to become part of Girls on the Run and the community that you formed?
Yeah.
Sure. So there's so many ways to become a part of Girls on the Run. If you're a school or a community center and you think, wow, this sounds great, which it is, look on our website, look us up. We are always looking to bring this to more girls throughout the city, so there's room for that. If you want to be a coach, even if you're not a runner, you don't have to be a runner to be a coach. We're happy to have coaches in that way. We also have this amazing culminating non-competitive 5K where all our girls come together and run together. And just like you felt when you finished the marathon, that's how a 9-year-old girl feels when she finishes her first 5K with her family cheering on. And so we invite people to run with us, to volunteer with us, to be a part of it with us. So if you look us up on the website, there's so many ways because we really want New York City to understand what we're doing and to join with us in this work for girls.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the 5K. I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
Sunday, June 2nd.
Sunday,
Yep.
June 2nd.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, that's where I started, at a 5K.
At a 5K.
And
It
I felt
starts.
so accomplished, and I could not believe that I was going to develop myself to run 26.3 miles.
That's a lot.
And I did it.
You did it.
And this is where it starts.
Yes, and a little thank you. We got you a shirt and some stickers.
Aw.
And one of our national partners, Hershey's, has a She campaign during the month of March, and all of the words on the candy bar are part of our curriculum and some of the core values that we try to have the girls practice.
Okay, so I want to show
Resiliency,
everybody. Yeah,
progression.
go ahead. Yeah, you can read it.
Oh, okay.
You read it.
She is motivating, intentional, caring, loving, driven, resilient, brave. Those are some of our core concepts in
Yep.
developing the whole child.
I got to tell you, I love the fact that you have these words to reflect upon because, you know, chocolate is the medicine for when you're PMSing.
And everything else.
Yeah, so brava, Hershey.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got my own tea.
There you go, there you go.
I'm rocking my Girls on the Run. That's right.
This season we're a bright pink.
I love it.
So,
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining
Thanks for
us.
having
Thank you
us.
for the
This is-
gifts.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
appreciate it.
It's going to be a fun day of manja today. All right, once again, Joy Goldsmith and Rosa Maruffo, Executive Director and Program Director of Girls on the Run, New York City. Let me show you one more time. Wepa. All right, for more information, you can visit gotr.org or you can follow them on social media at GOTRNYC, excuse me, at GOTRNYC. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.